Okay. Let's see. Yeah. Alright, so we're gonna try to do this dev stream stuff. It's gonna be a little awkward because of shuffling screens around and stuff, but we'll figure it out. I'm also gonna have to pull it up on my phone if I want to see any comments. Because my screen's gonna be entirely full. Alright, so at the moment I have like I have some pit placeholder art in the battle system. I have a decent bit of things set up, but at the moment it's kind of like scattered pieces, needs to have its wires connected together. The biggest thing was really like planning this shit. This and I'd like to after the devlog, I'd like to make a like a whole stream just dedicated to explaining like everything that is planned that, you know, can't even close to fit into the devlog. But for the time being, I'll just give little bits and pieces of info about like what I'm cooking as it comes up. But yeah, so there's a whole vision here, and just piecing it together. It doesn't take that long to implement anything. It's just a lot of it is just because I'm using Godot, and it's just like, oh, how the fuck do you find this thing in Godot? You know, it's a lot of like trivia, wading through lots of like little trivia crap. But when you know what's going on, it's very quick and easy to implement something. And you know, it's an RPG, so debugging is relatively straightforward. No physics, none of that crap. So if something works, it's probably gonna keep working unless you did something retarded. Okay, so right now, there's a bunch of features I want to kind of connect together and get to work together. I want the menu to be functional. Right now, the menu is not functional. It's just there. You can scroll through it, but it doesn't do anything. I want to get it to start doing things. And I want to be able to do an attack on the enemy. And all that. And I want, after you select your attack, for the screen to properly transition to the enemy. So I'm going to try to pull up. I just launched the battle simulator thing that I'm working on, which is just the battle system. I'm gonna create a separate program that I call the battle simulator, and it's where it's basically like a sandbox test environment. I'm gonna put in playable characters that wouldn't normally be playable in the actual Orc Castle to try out some, you know, variety and stuff, potential ideas, just get a different perspective on everything and stuff, and test out moves and see what kind of thing I like. And my hope is that the battle simulator can eventually become its own little like mode, you know, so that the possibly even with online multiplayer and stuff at some point, so that people could even play versus with each other and stuff at some point. You know, aside from the main game as like an extra option and shit. That's after the fact though. That'd be like you know, that'd be like after the game's done and you want to add on to it. So, all right. So let's see if I can capture the window of the actual game. Let's see if it gets the audio with it. So this is the battle simulator. This is just some placeholder art. I don't know if you can hear that sound effect that I'm scrolling through the menu with. I actually don't know if you can hear that. That is a good question. I don't think you can hear it, because I don't see anything in the OBS that would amount to you hearing it. If I can add a device, or not a device, I can add a application output capture. We will capture this. Okay, now you can definitely hear it. These sound, I spent way too long making sure I was happy. Making sure I was happy with these sound effects. I spent like, I don't know. Several hours. Because I was like scrolling through the, because like a lot of VNs, because they're you know, they're not designed to have you scrolling through menus constantly and shit. They actually do sometimes have like sound effects for, sometimes they have no sound effect at all, but sometimes when you scroll through their menu, they'll play little sound effects, and some of those sound effects, if you were playing like an RPG, they would actually grate on your ears and actually eventually drive you insane if you had to keep clicking through menus. And so it took me forever to settle on this selection sound effect and get that right. I was in like, I created the base of it in FamiTracker, I think, and then I just kind of messed with it a little bit in Audacity, if I remember correctly. But yeah, it feels pretty good. It's definitely something that would drive you insane if you had to hear it constantly a million times, but you know, you normally only hear it like, you know, just a little bit at a time, so it should be fun. I think it sounds pretty good. What else is there to say? I think that's it. I'm pretty happy with this selection. That sounds good. It's pretty satisfying. The back button sounds good, so yeah, so that is that. I want to make this menu functional. This is all placeholder stuff too, in terms of like, I mean, anything and everything is subject to change. It's like, it's kind of like how games used to be made back in the day, where, all right, well now the thing's all fucked up. I don't know. Get rid of this. Back in the day, companies would make games and they would show stuff that was very reflective of the final product, but very much, you know, very much refined and improved and whatever by the end, because what they were doing was simpler and they weren't, you know, they weren't forced. Oh, well, they also just, you know, cared more about the final, you know, UX of the product and everything, and yes, it's quite different from now. But anyway, that's I'm willing to improve anything that needs improvement by the end. All right, so right now I just want to try to make sure that the screen transition from selecting a attack into displaying the enemy just like works properly. I created a little effect where those particles that you saw floating in the background, I created a little effect where those like kind of spin and scroll fast, and I wanted that to kind of represent switching views. So I want to slide your player sprite off the screen, and I want to slide the enemy sprite into the screen. So I'm going to set fast scroll to true. That will start the particles will start becoming fast scroll. I'll just make it so that, yeah, because I have a whole like graphic handler class thing, and it's supposed to decide what gets shown on the screen based on what graphical state you're in. So I'll make it so that there's a enemy, or no, there's a menu state, and then it goes into screen transition state. Where the fuck is this class? Graphic handler. Where are you at? Here we go. Okay, so various graphic states. Attack selection. Yes. So we'll start in attack selection state. That's the default state of the class, but we'll just set it that for now. Current state equals graphic state dot attack selection. You got a GitHub for this? No, I'm going old school. I'm doing ghetto ass. You make copies and physically back it up. Well, I also put it on like Google Drive and shit. The reason I don't use GitHub is just because I just don't like it. It reminds me of back when I was taking classes and stuff. And I mean, it's just, honestly, it's just laziness. I just don't feel like getting back into GitHub at the moment. So we're going old school. I probably will set up a GitHub soon, though, to be honest, because it's just a good idea to have one. Because you never know when you're gonna need it. But I'm pretty sure Kaze Manuar does not use GitHub. I'm pretty sure he does it ghetto style. He just physically does. But yeah, version control it's very, very nice. It is nice to have a thing that just tells you all the changes and you can scroll through them and all that shit. It is silly to have like copies that are manually different, and it won't tell you what's different. Obviously, it is silly. Version control is kind of too convenient to pass up, so I might have to do it soon. It's just, let's put it this way: after the log comes out, I'll do it. I'll take a day, and I'll do. Well, it's not gonna take a day, but I'll take the whatever amount of time it takes. The quick, I don't know, hour or whatever it takes, and I'll set it up. Also, this entire thing is probably like, you know, I don't think I'm necessarily doing any of the stuff optimally here, but I'm confident that's in the good enough zone, so I'm not too worried about it. It's ultimately going to be a simple program, so. Branches commit, yeah. no, we're not at that level. We're thinking like we're making sure shit's organized, and you know, like if I see something stupid happening, I change it. I change it to something not stupid. We're not doing anything retarded. I think the thing that I'm most nervous about that I decided was that like I have this whole kind of silly kind of inheritance thing going where spells, yeah, this is it looks, it might look kind of bad, but I did this because I thought hard about it, and I thought about like what the easiest and most flexible thing to do was, and I settled on this idea that like all spells are, so you got the spell class, and then there's a separate class that contains all its like actual details and info that it always has as a member. And then it's got this array of effects, which it then like goes through and executes in order. But the thing is that all effects, effect is like a virtual class, and all effects are some kind of like for each type of effect you can get, like do damage, it inherits from the effect. So you can just end up hitting execute on all these different effects, and they'll all do different things, even though they're because they're all in just something felt like I felt like I was doing something I wasn't supposed to do when I set this up. But the thing is, I couldn't come up with a system that better does everything I wanted to do and have the flexibility I wanted to have and stuff, and the ease of just like, okay, very organized. So I just went with this, and I didn't think further about it. Hopefully it doesn't cause any problems, but someone who's like actually, a real programmer would probably have a better idea, but okay, so if we're in the normally be like, this would normally be a switch moment, but honestly I'm just not going to do the switch. We're just going to do ifs. Going yandere dev mode. If current state. Okay, so so this is just menu shit. If it's in the menu mode, then you can do all your menu crap. For the time being, this is just temporary. I'm just gonna make it so that if you hit select, concept of OOP, you'd make each specific effect its own class, which I guess you're doing, i.e. with damage. Yeah. I guess it's very. I mean, the thing is like I'm often torn because it almost reminds me of a by the book type of example you'd see in some kind of OOP textbook. It's very much the kind of like, oh, you got your shape, and then square inherits from, and then rectangle inherits from shape. But the thing is like, I hear so many smart people tell me about how OOP is the devil and everything, and so many people I respect talk so much shit that like every time I do any kind of OOP thing, I feel like mad dirty. But it's just this isn't like some kind of low latency program. This is going to be a simple 2D game that's going to run on modern computers. So and like I don't know. I don't know. I'm not Kazuya Manuar, so I don't know like what is. I don't know what is the better option. So I just I do OOP like they taught me. So. Yeah, so we're just gonna set it so that it just, for the time being, we're just gonna test this. We're just gonna make it so that graphic handler, current state. That now it goes into the to enemy state. Oh wait. Graphic state dot to enemy. Yeah, my work, I'm confused by herons all the time. Yeah, it feels like a dirty thing. I don't know. I hear about weird horror stories with it a lot, but I know for a fact it's not going to get out of control for this program, so. You know, and you see how shit software works today. You know, how it's always like falling apart and shit, and a lot of it is the fault of, you know, people who are no better than me at coding. Doing weird abstraction shit. Abstraction on abstraction. Okay. Yeah. Alright, so let's see what happens when we're just gonna make sure that the fast scroll works right now real quick. The kind of annoying thing is I'm gonna have to manually show you every time I'm gonna have to manually show you every time I launch the game, like what's going on, because I'm gonna have to add it specifically to OBS, because for whatever reason OBS doesn't want to remember what I can do. I can just show you the desktop screen for now. So this is the effect. It does that, and it's supposed to just scroll over real quick and show the enemy. So I gotta just make sure that the characters scroll. So it goes into fast scroll. The player sprite is gonna move over. I gotta make sure I have access to the player sprite. I always forget how to grab assets in Godot, whatever. I'll call it Godot because that's how it's fucking spelled. Yeah, so I guess it'd just be player 01. I guess that's what I called it. Copy node path. Okay, so it is a sprite. Sprite 2D. Sprite 2D. Where? And we will grab it here. Grab it. What's it got an issue with? Oh, I did player underscore. Alright, so we're gonna make player 01 dot. So as long as I say he, but usually gonna be playing as a girl. As long as the player is on the screen, push him off. So if the player dot position, if the X is, I mean, it doesn't matter. It just has to be off the screen. Just get pushed off some amount. So if it's X increases to the right. So if it's less than, well, normally, I mean, if you wanted to be exact, you do a whole check of like, what's the sprite width, how much, you know, but it's not worth it. I'm just gonna push it off a certain amount. If it's If it's less than well, it is worth thinking about the screen width at least. So, you know, instead of just putting in a magic number, it's definitely worth at least thinking about the screen width. Which is, I thought I had a variable for that. Is it supposed to be public? I don't know what's going on with this thing half the time. Why can it not actually? I guess it has to be public. I don't like know C#. I usually do like, my main thing was always just doing C++ stuff, so like half the time I don't know what the fuck half this shit is doing. Why does that break everything? What does it not like? What's it not like in here? Is this a bracket problem? Oh, okay, I see. No, I'm being retarded. I'm being absolutely retarded. This is a negative IQ moment. I scoped them to this. I scoped them to the ready function, to within the ready function. You're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to declare them up here. Yeah, you're supposed to just declare them. Screen width. Float. Screen. Get rid of that. Alright, now we're good. Now we're good. Can make a getter method. Yes, yeah, that's normally what you would. Normally, you would get a whole, all that C# getter setter shit. Wait. No, I think I'm still being retarded. Yeah, no, this should be fine. This should normally, this should show up in this. Yeah, there it is. Okay, all right, we're good. We'll just go with this. If it's less than, so if the actual position is less than how far it is, really it should be, because obviously the character is never going to be more than, you know, the length. The sprite's never going to be more than the obviously the length of the screen. So we'll just push it till it's past the screen times 2. Then player 1 dot position equals. Also, every time I do this whole updating the again, because I don't usually use C#, but like every time I do this whole like update the player position, you have to make a whole new vector too and all that shit because of the whole getter setter thing. I always feel like I'm doing something wrong, but apparently there's no other way to do it. So apparently that's just how you have to do it, which is kind of silly, but it's like so much text just to change a certain thing. Let's do plus, I don't know, we'll just start with 1 for now. And then position.1. Where does the vector class come from? I'm pretty sure it's Godot's built in. Because C# does have a vector library for its own vectors. It's Godot. It's basically, you know, it's just Unity at home. But yeah, obviously C# does have its own. I know C# has its own like libraries for vector crap and stuff, but Godot uses its own vector class. Okay, so as long as it's whatever, we'll push it over. So let's see what happens. Hopefully I didn't do something retarded. I did something retarded. What happened? Current state equals to enemy. The player is less than the screen width. Alright, well first of all, what are both of those? Dots. Just make sure I didn't overlook something obvious. Yeah, no, that should make sense. Because obviously, yeah, no, it should be. Yeah. What's the? How do you output to the console again? I literally forgot. I'm gonna have to Google that real quick. Output to Godot, output to console, print to console. Oh, it's just print. Wait, what? Oh, I think it's GD. Yeah, there we go. What was I printing again? Oh yeah, the player. Player 1 dot position, and then we will print the screen width, just to make sure that's working right. Alright, let's see what's going on. Oh, I got it actually. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what's its issue. Oh, okay. I'm fucking retarded. I said it goes into. I have it set the graphic handler goes back into attack select mode. Literally every loop. That's all there is to it. Yeah, that's that's what you common sense think. Like a sane programming language would let you do that, but I'm pretty sure they did not define that operator for that class. Like, you have to manually define that operator for the class, and I'm pretty sure they just didn't do that. So it literally just doesn't support the plus equals, and you have to do all that equals new vector 2 shit. I'll try it in a sec just to make sure, but I'm not kidding. I'm pretty sure it does not let you do that, which is insane. Let's take a look. Let's see if it lets you do it. Plus equals 1.0. Yeah, it gives you shit. It doesn't. What's it called? How do you find what error is? Oh, there it is. Yeah, cannot modify the return value. It treats it as a yeah, it treats it as a return value no matter what you do. So it can only ever set it when you actually give it a whole new class, and apparently people say that's like fine. That's what we do. Or player position equals, yeah. I think that would give me the same problem as the plus equals operator. I don't think that actually creates a better result either. I can try it though. Yeah, you get the same thing. Cannot modify the return value because it's not insanity. Yeah. So you gotta drop this steaming pile of shit into your code every 2 seconds. It's just, yeah, that's how they wanted to make it. So so we want the character to like fling off the screen, and I think the best way to do that, we want them to go off the screen, I guess, as, yeah, C#. Yeah, it's a field, yeah. Weird shit. But yeah, we want the character to fly off the screen at the same rate that the particles are doing their thing. So the particle speed, well, I guess what you could just do is you can just have it be a speed that is just like inversely proportionate to its distance from the thing. So if it's far, it's slow. If it's if it's far, it's slow. If it's close, it's fast. So I guess I'll just push it. I guess I'll just push it by some fraction of its distance from the goal. I guess that probably will work fine for now, at least. So we're gonna add to it its we're gonna add to it the screen width minus the current position. I don't know why I keep typing screen width. And we're gonna divide that by just an arbitrary amount. Doesn't really matter. Just try 10 for now. See what happens. Because that way, that number will be larger. Yeah. So wait. Yeah, I'm not gonna think about it. I'm just gonna test it and see what happens. I might have done it in reverse though. No, yeah, no, I did it in reverse. Yeah. I made it so that it's, or did I? Did I do it right? No, the logic was correct. I just don't have the right values in. Because yeah, the greater the distance, the more it's gonna push itself. Let's try to divide by 2 now. It sucks that I can't show you the game every time I launch it. That I have to like do a production of actually, you know, setting it up. But yeah, it is what it is. I guess that way it means like I'll show you it when something actually interesting is happening. Oh yeah, this makes it so that it eventually starts getting pushed by an amount that just doesn't push it anymore. So I need a better idea than.
Yo, can you give me that assault?
Oh yeah. So we'll just. We will push it by. I'm trying to think. Oh wait. Yeah, no. I did do it in reverse, didn't I? Because my brain is like mush right now. Yeah, no, I haven't fucking reversed. It's supposed to. I literally forgot what I wanted. I wanted to start slow and then get fast, not start fast and get slow. That's. So if the distance is large, go slow. The distance is whatever, go whatever. So if it's a large distance, push a small amount. What the fuck would even be a formula for that, come to think of it? I guess, subtract from. Right. You'd have some set speed and you'd subtract from that. You'd subtract the distance from that, and that way it would grow. The speed would grow as the distance. As the distance decreases, the amount being removed from the speed decreases, so the speed gets faster. So the speed in question, I show speed, will be, I don't know, we'll just do 100 for now. See what happens. This might actually fuck the thing. Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I was just about to say it's gonna fling the character in the opposite direction. Yeah, because it has to be a number bigger than the distance to begin with. So I guess you just take the distance. I guess multiply it by like. Okay, well, let's just start, but we're just gonna make things easy. Just gonna make a distance variable. Oh right. Oh, that's why. That's why the character kept stopping, because they're supposed to be getting sent to that times 2. Okay, so that's the distance to the goal. The speed we want them to defaultly fling at is I guess we'll just say like the distance plus like 03, or not 03, 3.0. Yeah, and then we just subtract the distance. Wait, isn't that redundant? That doesn't make sense. Then it's just always going to be... Why the fuck is... I cannot visualize mathematical logic tonight at all. So... Oh, right. Yeah, because you wanna set consistent speed. The distance is going to be variable this way, but you want it to remember the original distance. That's why you need a variable that doesn't change every time. So I'm gonna need a variable that doesn't disappear in this scope. So what we would do is so that's the tricky thing with these update loops, because like you end up making like a lot of variables that kind of have to just chill around, because you need variables that are remembered outside of each loop. So you can't create that variable during the loop, but then they're so specific use that it feels almost like stupid to have them hanging around, but I guess that's just how it is. We'll call this actually it's actually good to have this as a its own variable, because that way I can change this at any time if I want to change the aesthetic of the scrolling speed. We'll call this sprite scroll. I want to say scroll. I'm scrolling. Yeah, we'll just call it sprite scroll. Speed. Call it sprite scroll speed. And we will, what will we do? We will make the speed, it doesn't matter, the speed will get set, after this. The speed should always be relative to the viewport, the actual size of the. You see, yeah, I like my what they call it, like snake case. I like my underscores. Low key hate the camel case. I do use the camel case when making my own like. No, I don't use camel case. Cause camel case is when the first one's not capitalized. I use the what's not camel case, but the first is capitalized. Okay, yeah, Pascal case, snake case, camel case. Yeah, we like snake case, snake case. I used to hate when classes would force you to use the camel case. Yeah. The speed should always just be relative to the viewport size. So, or whatever it's called. Yeah. So it's always going to be the, let's just say the viewport times 2. We'll just start with it being the viewport times 2. Sprite scroll speed equals screen width times 2. base. Yeah. Yeah, fuck them. So yeah. So the distance is always just the character's distance from the whatever, and we want to push them at the speed, the sprite scroll speed minus the distance. That way, the farther they are, the slower they scroll. This should work. This should work. Alright, it didn't work. Fuck something up. I think it's just too fast. I think I would have just made it too fast. To make it times 1.1. Alright, now they went in the other direction. Let's try 1.5. Unless, okay, now they went in the right direction, but too fast. Surely there's some kind of better way to do this other than brute force trial and error, but I couldn't care less with that. Alright, went in the wrong direction now. It's a really specific number it wants, clearly. Okay, alright. We're almost there. Well, basically what would make the most sense is instead of doing this retarded shit where we are forced to take into account the distance, and I would just iterate a variable that just remembers how many frames it's been, and just that way I have complete control over the actual rate. So it'd be like times rate. And then each and then like the rate would get reset to its like default. Whoa, stop doing this. Stop doing that. Alright, you know what? I'm just gonna we'll call this acceleration. Isn't that kind of redundant to say acceleration rate? Because acceleration doesn't matter, which is what we're calling it. How quickly the sprite reaches full scroll speed. Yeah. So acceleration rate, and then the acceleration rate would go back to defaults. Or let's say starting acceleration rate. Yeah. This is gonna have to be different, I think, for the yeah. This is gonna have to be different for the enemy and the player, because the player is supposed to go out. He's supposed to start slow and then come in and then move out fast, but the enemy is supposed to come in fast and then get slow. So Yeah, actually, so in that case, we can just have a starting acceleration rate, and we can just have the player approach this scroll speed, and then the enemy approach this. That should work fine. I don't have to comment that, that's self-explanatory. We're trying to make something like the Pokemon battle animation. You could say it's kind of like when battles start and they come in from different sides of the screen, but this one is going to be a little bit more like what do you call it? Like first person-y. Yeah. Like, no, not first person-y. Well, whatever. You'll see it in like 2 seconds because this is literally about to be functional. Okay. Yeah. So, fuck this. Kill this. The starting acceleration or the scroll speed should just be let's just say it honestly doesn't really matter for now. We'll just say it's the screen width. Let's just say divided by 3. Doesn't really matter. This should really say current. Oh, what the fuck? This should really say current acceleration rate. Starting acceleration rate, we'll just say 0.1 for now. The current acceleration rate just equals the starting one. Okay, so that's how that works. Does its thing. So current acceleration rate. So we will not do this. We will not reset it. I'm not going to worry about that right now. So as long as the player is not off the screen, it does the scroll speed, it does the scroll thing, plus the current acceleration rate. If the current acceleration rate is less than the sprite scroll speed. Wait. No. I'm not doing that. It's as simple as increase the current acceleration rate. We'll just add, I honestly don't know, like 1.05, we'll just try that. I don't have like a great visualization for like how fast this is gonna happen. Okay, that was pretty fast. I think it was too fast. Let me take a look. Yeah, it was too fast. So, the question is the acceleration too fast, or is the actual ultimate speed too fast? Let's try turning down the acceleration rate. The speed at which yes. Let's turn down the acceleration rate. Starting acceleration rate, we'll start at half of what it just was. Okay, that barely changes anything. I guess because it's doubling so quickly. We'll make it stupid to add to the acceleration. No, that's fine. That's fine. Acceleration should be added to. It should not be multiplied. Recommend the Densho Tokujo. Yeah, I definitely gotta see it. No question. It's like, I forgot. I was thinking like there was another one I have to actually see at some point, but I will definitely see it. Because it's historic, obviously. Alright, we're getting something now. I'm getting something that basically works. I think it's still just happening. Yeah, it's accelerating just still a little too fast, so we'll cut it in half again. I'll show what I'm doing in a sec. I'll show what I'm doing after I pop this up. So the starting acceleration rate, we're just gonna make that half. Wait, what did I just have? Yeah. Oh, I had 5, so let's turn it to 2. This should be good. And I will show what I am making. Beautiful Life and My Boss, My Hero are also max comfy. Yeah, I'll definitely note. I will definitely note them. I was actually talking the other day about how I was like thinking how I've never actually really watched one in full other than Hono, and how like it would be fun to do that again. All right, I'll show you what I got. I think it's like off timing. I think it's like off aesthetic, but so the question is, should I just I guess I'll just screen show. Okay, so that's the, yeah. So it's supposed to like push the, I would normally hide the menu too, but pushes the character off the screen. But gotta get the rate right. Also gotta hide the menu. Yeah. Maybe this is the right rate. Maybe this is fine. It's hard to say exactly. Yeah, no, it's too fast. It's too fast. Let's just go slower. The actual freaking the actual scroll speed is probably just too high. So let's just turn that down to just double it for now, as in cut it in half. Yeah, that's, I think we're on to something. Yeah. I think this is good now. Yeah. I think I am liking it. I'm gonna hide the menu so that I'm gonna hide the menu when it happens, so it's more natural feeling as far as the whole thing. So how does this work again? I literally completely forgot how I set up the menu stuff. As far as the menu is not like complete. The menu is still jank right now because I didn't even set the actual like text box or the little visual box behind it. I didn't actually tell the menu class like what that is, so it doesn't even know that exists. That's just like there. So I should probably just do that real quick. Before that though, I will just show it again. I will show what is happening because I think it is good. Yep, just supposed to push the character off and then the enemy's supposed to come in. And hopefully that actually feels as good as I'm picturing it will in context. So push the player. Alright, so let's get the menu to not be fucking jank. It needs to know about the box, the actual box, the new fucking box. Needs to know about the box. So we will call this. Looks good. That's good. Excellent. We will call this. I guess we'll just call this the box. We'll call this the box. New fucking box. I'll just put a note just so I remember. The text box design behind the words. The actual text. I also created like a sort of tentative text box, and where is it? Here it is. Let's I'll just move it over here just so you can. Oh shit! I just realized you can't see what I'm looking at. Okay, so right there. Trying to get it pixel perfect. Oh, you bitch. Okay, yeah. So I made this text box, and people were trolling me. Might make it feel more punchy. Yeah. It's too. Yeah. It needs the acceleration curve has to be higher. It needs to start slower with more of a whip to it. I was thinking the same thing. So let's for now just double its rate. I'll play around with the numbers to get them exactly right later, but let's lower the starting acceleration, but increase the rate at which it goes up. Just try that. Yeah, people were trolling me because it's a fucking. They're like, it's fucking Undertale because it's a black and white text box. Has nothing to do with Undertale though. But yeah, I'm sure for the time being, Undertale is like kind of like a monopoly on long rectangular text boxes in the public mind. So. Just gonna have to deal with that for now. There will probably be a different text box in the actual game, like a better one. But I think I took like 2 hours to make this or something, and I was like kind of happy with the result. gonna see if those number changes made it more interesting for the time being. If not, then I'll adjust the numbers. Yeah, it did. It did. The numbers I just changed. I'm not. I don't think it's. I don't think it's perfect yet by any means, but. Definitely want that snappier kind of thing. Okay, so that's working. Yep. The menu now has to know what is going on. The menu has to know about the box. So I'll add the acknowledgement of the box to its constructor. Sprite 2D. I guess we'll just say. Curse fucked Toby Fox. Based. Gonna end the reign of terror. Well, honestly, he's kind of ended his own reign with how long he's taken to cook, but yeah. Oh wait, I just realized you can't see Visual Studio again. Okay. DLC guy, yeah, he's a doozy. I'll turn on his streams and stuff. Underneath my immersion audio, of course. My JP audio. So just so I can kind of hear a thing he says here and there, and I almost wish I was keeping clips, but at the same time there'd be so much to clip, it'd be insane. Dude's out of his mind. Dude's out of control. It's one of the most mentally unfortunate individuals I've ever witnessed. His mind is just pure soy too. Okay, yeah. So the box. Let's acknowledge the box. He fucking despises otaku too in a way that feels like bitter. He wishes otaku would be nice to him or something. It's that kind of feeling. Trash can, yeah. Well, there's a reason he can't make another. I mean, he made essentially the equivalent of a Flash game jump scare. You know, he made maze, the maze, the screamer maze. He made the super effort post version of that. So it's it's a great screamer gimmick. Do you have actual, skills to make an actual game now? No. So 6 years pass and not a peep about, any actual thing. Yeah, so we need another sprite. We need to grab the text box. We'll call this one attack box. MU box for text. There's zero substance or value, as you say. It just hit the jackpot with stream. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a gimmick. I mean, it's as worth that jump scare was. That's its worth. So, you know, it's kind of like I don't know what to compare it to, but it's as worth it as like a meme. It's like someone who, it's like Chocolate Rain or something. It's like, that's what I would say. I'd say it's like Chocolate Rain. It's like some effort went into it, but it's as worth as what it is because it's just this really memeable thing. Holy crap, a text file. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I mean, a lot of it comes down to, I think a lot of it comes down to, like, I mean, he literally admitted this in the actual, both in the actual game, outside the game, etc. He has this thing where, like, he feels like he's, he feels like weebs and otaku are, like, evil. That's, like, evil, but he wishes he could be that. He wishes he could be one. But that's, like, his handler won't allow that. He'll lose all his good boy points if he, you know, if he actually becomes, like, an otaku and shit. And I think that vibe resonates with more Westerners than you'd like to see resonate with that. So there's like a thing there. Like I see these very very like mentally unfortunate individuals really cling to that type of thing, like as a like that's what ended up making up like the core fan base, like not like the people who just came in for the meme, but the people who actually like, kind of stuck with the thing and like consider themselves like fans of the thing. It was that was the like substantial core, the substantial fan base he brought in, and yeah, it's not the kind of people you want. Definitely not the kind of people you want. Alright, so we got the box. Box is in. Okay, so it knows about the box now. This.box equals the box. Okay, box is in. So on a train once I heard elementary. What are you talking about? Yeah, Corey, yeah, I can see that. That makes sense. That does make sense. It's, you know, it tells you something about the mind that produced it. Might be, maybe they have something in common. Perhaps. Perchance. Alright, so the box is in. So hide just hides everything. Just hides everything in the... Oh, no. Hide just hides the options. Hide does not hide the cursor. It does not hide the... Or does it hide the cursor? I actually can't remember. Let's take a look. Physically cringed, yeah. I have... Yeah, it does not hide the cursor. I have physically cringed at... I mean, if you really, really want to cringe, just go to his Twitter. You will cringe. Or a stream. Try not to cringe challenge impossible. Cursor position. Okay, so if we're just gonna hide the shit, we gotta hide the options, we gotta hide the cursor. Wait. Visible. False. Box stop visible equals false. Because it's funny because you can really see. It's funny because I'll tell you this in a sec. I gotta get more water. Hold on. Okay, so it's funny because if you point out the elephant in the room that there's a, like, you know, if there's like an obvious trend of anti-otaku-ness and, like, you know, all sorts of like aggression, either implicit or explicit, towards just like Japanese artistry and, you know, media and whatever. And that way of doing things, that way of thinking, that way of doing things, etc. Which really just kind of amounts to, like, that's what's so funny about it. It's like, think about how, like, I mean, I know it's like a meme word, but like, think about how diverse otaku media is. Think about how diverse the train of, you know, thought is amongst Japanese creators and stuff. It's not like it's like this fucking cult with like this unreasonable and over specialized perspective on the world. Yet the pushback is so consistent. The comprehensive aggression is so consistent among. Okay, it's just leaving that amongst. Yeah, basically, it doesn't know about the title of the text box. I gotta make sure it knows about the title of the text box now. In the West, yeah, there's a very consistent aggression, and it's like, okay, this is clearly a phenomenon. Like, it's, you know, you're not fooling me. This is clearly a consistent thing that's happening for some reason. You know, Westerners are commonly get the hint that they should be highly aggressive to such, you know, to such expressions and, you know, all that shit. And so it's funny. So you get shit like Dan, which is just obviously that to a T. He's this very, very mentally ill Like it's as if he was like it's as if like a facility trained him to specifically be shown otaku shit, and while like subliminals, while like some sissy hypno shit tells him how evil it is. And then there's all those people who resonate with him. And I looked into like shit the Omori girl was saying. And it was like totally like it was like that, but like more honestly, like even more straightforwardly open about it. How like, oh, I constantly feel like should I? Yeah, we'll just do this for now. Yeah. Oh, crap. I will tell you about Omori in 2 seconds. Okay, we're back. We're back, folks. I played like 3 or 4 hours of it or whatever, and the opinion I had on it is pretty much the cookie cutter opinion you'll see by anyone who's not like, you know, standing it, which is just that like the art, both like the level of effort put into it and the actual like quality is extremely impressive for an indie game. And there's some solid, it's something to like jump up and down about, but it's like a solid soundtrack. And that's pretty much where the good things end. It's not really much else. The writing is, I mean, like quite literally non-existent. It's as if there's no writing at all, so there's nothing really to say there. And yeah, the gameplay's not, it's not really like, there's not really anything to say about the gameplay. It's like completely standard turn-based, which not like particularly well designed or whatever turn-based. It's just kind of there. So it's like it's arguably worth it depending on like what you want out of a game, but I just couldn't do it because it's like if there's no, you know, there's no narrative to this thing, obviously I'm not going to waste my time with it. But I will say it's like interesting enough as a like indie thing, like, oh, for an indie thing, you know, this is interesting enough. But yeah, no, I'm you know, it has no narrative, so I couldn't do it. It's very like cringe and try hard with the which everyone already knows going in. Everyone already knows how, like, you know, pretentious the thing is, but yeah, I mean, definitely give it a shot. Tell me about it if you want, because I'm curious to hear about it. It was definitely not like, it wasn't like, holy shit, this is the worst thing I've ever seen or anything, but it was definitely indie writing. But yeah, the other thing is too is that the oh, Andy and Lee, yeah, I literally just found out about that because fucking Liam Kings was playing on stream. I don't know what to think about it. I don't know anything about it, but it seems kind of impressive. If it's selling really well, then there must be something about it. See, Omori was more of like, this thing had been like hyped for so long and the art's impressive and there's enough impressive shit that went into this. And this person is a famous like clothing designer and all this stuff that like, it's hard to take its success particularly seriously because it's kind of stuck participating in the I still think it would have done well either way, but like as well as it did, it feels more like a relic of like the 2014 market than you know, the current one. So this type of thing that's like a more actually new thing, it's definitely gonna get my attention a little more. Let's take a look at the trailer. Oh shit. Yeah, Liam was playing it. I might just like put Liam playing this on in the background at some point, but under my immersion, of course. It's like it's visually impressive. This is encouraging because this does look like something that would get attention, but yeah, so it's just a meme. It's a meme game basically. Cannibalism and codependency, because this is. Yeah, I have seen that before. Yeah. This looked. I didn't even know this existed until recently, but I was like really impressed with what I saw of this. That's why I was like kind of surprised that the dudes who made it kind of like disappeared off the face of the earth after the second one or something. How recently was the? You don't hear about this. Oh, well, it was recent 2020. I guess he didn't disappear. I guess it took him 5 years, so I guess the next one would be due in like another 2 years. But it's weird because this isn't like it's not very YouTube core. It's not like if you're looking for like YouTube Rotmax vids about like indie dev games and stuff like Hilux or however you say it, just doesn't come up a lot, or if ever. I don't think I've ever seen a video on it, even once. Meme game, man. Yeah, so it's weird. It did look really impressive, and the concept sounded really cool. How it's like hard to figure out what the hell is even going on and all that or whatever. Sounded good. Looks like a quirky Earthbound, whatever. Except actually pretty interesting and visually impressive. All right. We need to. Okay. The menu is working as it's supposed to now. The whole menu. I'll have to find like some kind of Rotmax video on the Lele or whatever it's called, Andy and Lele, at some point, just so I can get the gist of what that's all about, so I can keep up with this whole thing. Okay, so the menu can disappear now. Yep. All right, so now I'm able to do the last part of this, which is bring in the actual like enemy character. So how like good is Lele supposed to be? How like actually substantial is this product? Also, how long does it last? Because remember that game is like another like meme one was the milk, the bag of milk game. This shit was like literally like 10 minutes. It sold like a gorillion copies, which is kind of insane. Successful YouTube was. Yeah, Cruelty Squad. I am familiar with. I see this all over the place. Game dev Twitter, indie Twitter, absolutely loves this game. It does look interesting. For sure, it looks impressive, but yeah, they both got like that schizo thing. Hylix is really impressive because it kind of genuinely almost looks like something that could have been on the Genesis or Super Famicom or something in many ways. Alright, so let's bring in the enemy. The Longing. Have I ever heard about that? The Longing. I don't think I've even seen this one before. This is a 2022 game. Oh yeah, this is impressive. It's like one of the kind of like looks like a normal cartoon type thing. It's like an yeah, I see. Let's see. Sprites. Normally there'd be multiple enemies, but I'll just say enemy 1 for now. I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to set this up, if I'm going to limit it so that you can only ever fight, like, you're only ever going to fight no more than 3 enemies. I haven't really decided on exactly that yet. I don't know how much I want to, like, pack enemies in on the screen and whatnot. There's got to be a limit at some point, like, obviously, like, I think Dragon Quest, sometimes you'll get, like, if it's like tiny enemies, you'll get up to like 10 or something. It's never, there's a limit at some point. So, whole thing is you're trying to speed up time and get time. Counters here. Does sound something that would do well. Because it's like it's definitely novel in an interesting way.
The Shardy Dockster, apparently.
What the fuck happened?
Yeah, apparently I don't know, there's a lot to this, so I'm not gonna get into it.
Wait, who is Nemway? Is that
That's
the creator?
Yeah,
the Shardy Dockster. The fucking Lele creator. Holy shit. That is insane. Alright, grab the... Oh, this shouldn't be here anymore. Let's get rid of it. I'll load the sprite. Enemy equals get node. I don't understand why sometimes the AI at Telesense is like on the ball and other times it's just not. It makes you manually type everything out. Okay, so the enemy is in, and then we gotta pull in the enemy. We gotta pull in the enemy and do the opposites. Quick in, wait, yeah. Quickly in, slow to center. So, this would all fall under else, because if the player character has already gone out of the picture, then we know it's time for the enemy to come in. Player character is, let's just say character, just to not make things confusing. It's out of screen. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. So bring in the enemy. If the enemy is I still can't believe what was the Shardy's feud with her, I guess? Is it a girl I mean? Wait, what am I doing? I literally started typing, my brain must have just fused like Shardy with something, with less than, and somehow it turned into shorter. If it's less than the center of the screen, we want to center. So that would be screen width divided by 2. No semicolon. If it's not centered. Well, see, I'm hard centering it right now, but normally if there was multiple enemies, you'd have to give each enemy their spot, but we'll worry about that another time. For now, they're getting centered. You know, I don't need this comment. I don't know why that comment's there. I know what screen width divided by 2 is. Let's get better position on the stool. I'm gonna stand for a second. Blah blah blah. Then do. Okay, so the acceleration is already gonna be high because it didn't get reset. So let's just do this. Let's just do this, but we're gonna decrease the acceleration. And if it's too high, we'll set it to something else. So the current acceleration rates minus equals if current acceleration is less than starting acceleration, then current acceleration equals starting. Okay. So keep lowering the acceleration, but I want to change all this. I kind of forgot, how do I do multiple cursors? So Alt Control. Yeah, Alt Control. Enemy 01. So that's that. Let's see if this works or if this is a disaster. It surprisingly worked, although I don't know why why did she get pushed so much? She got pushed past the center. Is that because I thought Godot considers the origin of the sprite to be centered, not to the, but it feels like it added the width of the sprite to the. No, the origin is definitely in the center. It's not like the top left style or anything, where the position of the sprite is considered it's like top left, like some things use. It's actually the center in this case. So that should have centered the character. Why did that not happen? Why did that not happen? Oh, maybe it's because it got pushed past it. Yeah, it must have gotten pushed past it and then stopped. You have to actually clamp it. You have to actually yeah, you have to actually clamp it to the fucking thing. You know, you have to clamp it to the target position, or it doesn't work. So, oh my god, what the fuck is going on? If it is, I feel like because I learned a lot of coding from watching Chili streams, where he would like ramble and swear absolutely constantly while coding. I feel like I picked up some of his mannerisms when I do coding shit. Alright, so if the position is higher than the, yeah, it's higher than the screen width divided by 2, then just, yeah, make it equal to screen width divided by 2. Enemy dot position dot y. Alright, let's see what happens now. Yeah, it's good, it's good. That was the problem. The only problem now is just the actual, the problems from here are aesthetic. I gotta make sure that fast speed, I'll show you what I got in 2 seconds. I just gotta make sure that once all this crap is done, it finishes its thing. Else, yeah. First off, we're gonna, we're gonna make sure that the, I don't know why I'm even bothering doing this, but I'm just gonna make it so that the current acceleration rate, that is a very bad variable. a teacher would get very angry at me because it's not clear what that's even supposed to be for, but not gonna worry about it. I'll put a comment. It's alright. Acceleration rate for spreads. I think I spelled acceleration wrong. I did. Yeah. Okay, so if it's done its thing, then we can change the graphic state because it's done the 2 enemy. It doesn't need to be in the two enemy state anymore. Wait. Graphic handler, current state. It can get out of the 2 enemy state, and it would be in the I call this enemy damage, but that's a bad name for the state. It should just be called attacks, because both. It's not like it's not like a you attack, they attack system. It's whoever. There's gonna be a whole complex speed system. So, attack display, I guess. That's fine. We will say for having attack animations and flavor text play out. Yeah. So once because the idea is that the enemies come into the screen now, so now you're in like Dragon Quest mode. Now it's everything is first person. Now it's all the attacks get expressed in first person. When you select your attack, it's like well, the thing I actually had in mind is actually the game Lost Odyssey, which has this really cool, you see your character from a profile thing. I later realized, fucking yikes, Y2K yick, that did the same thing, and now all I can think of is yikes. When I fucking think of the fact that I'm doing that, but you know, whatever, it's good. It's a good system. But yeah, after you select all your attacks, then it's, you know, now we're in DQ mode. So the current state from here is then going to be graphic state dot attack display. Yeah. So display the attacks now. Yeah, I hate gamers more than I am. Yeah, I saw the Running Shine video where he took the clips from when he was on the podcast. I guess it was the Dick Masterson podcast, and it's like too many gamers. They anyway, that was insanely funny. The best is I made a mistake, and I thought that games were art. The obvious response everyone gives: no, your mistake was thinking your game was art. It's actually extremely funny because by the time I finished the Running Shine video, it like occurred to me that there was this supposed to be this like ridiculous subtext. I'm like 90, I didn't play the game, but I saw the Running Shine video, and I'm like 90% sure that Yik was supposed to be literally like a criticism of like consumers and like gamers or some shit. I don't even begin to ask me to explain it because it's fucking retarded. But at any rate, I'm like 90% sure that's what it was supposed to be. And Alex wasn't supposed to be like a character that like grows. He was supposed to be like you. Like I shit you not, he thought people were gonna like relate with him or something, or like be forced to relate with him. They were like, the player was like supposed to like eventually like be forced to acknowledge they have traits in common with Alex or something like that. Some insanity. Again, I don't remember the game, but I'm like 90% sure that this is the case. Yeah, he's literally the creator. Exactly. Yeah. That's what's so funny about it, is like he's literally just supposed to be. I'm pretty sure he thought he was gonna be relatable because he goes, "Oh, he's literally me, therefore he's gonna, he's relatable." And then he retroactively said, he retroactively tried to cope and say that he's supposed to be like unlikable and flawed and like grow. But Running Shine pointed out the obvious. He doesn't actually do any growing. Anyway, funny as fuck. Philfish version 2. Yeah, exactly. Insanely funny. It's funny because like Running Shine's videos like aren't usually that good, but that video was just like an absolute masterpiece. They're like okay usually, but like that one was just amazing. And pretty much agreed by everyone to be like a million times better than the actual game. Okay, so I need some way to change the acceleration when it's time to acknowledge that the player character is out of screen. I guess I don't want to mess with like, I really wanted to like avoid like messy flipping switches, like Boolean variables, like players out of screen now and all that shit, but I think I have to do it. Out of screen, but not twice, not do it again. So sadly, I think we have no choice. We're gonna have to introduce some switches, or some bools. Whatever. Let's just do it. Let's not think. Let's just do it. We'll just call this player off screen. Simple. Defaults to false, I guess. Doesn't really matter what it defaults to. Yeah. So we will put yeah, so this way we can know if we're entering this loop for the first time. If the player is not, if it thinks the player is off screen, indicates first time entering this branch. So if it doesn't know the player's off screen yet, we gotta tell it the player is off screen. But we also have to cut the acceleration because it's too fast. Alright. Why is this not? Why is this not working? Let's just. Why do I feel like divide equals is not a real operator? Well, first of all, it's just. I prefer using decimals, but also, why is this not working? Oh, okay. Alright, so we cut the acceleration when we first enter the branch. Let's see if that looks better now. I'll show it to you whether it looks, not better or not. I'll just show it to you. What the? I got something really, really retarded to happen, which I guess I will show you because it actually looks it looks almost cool. It looks almost intentional. I will share screen. Okay, so there it is. And we're gonna do it. It cuts the acceleration to the minimum too quickly. So it gets all slow as fuck. It's not supposed to do that, but okay. And then it finally got to the center. Okay, so I gotta make sure that doesn't happen. So basically I just cut the acceleration less in the beginning. I mean, we're gonna be doing a lot of magic number shit for a period, and there will be magic numbers in the final game just because that's the nature of like artistically driven effects. They're specific. Like you can't, it's not like there's always like a perfect formula. It's just there's a number that's the number that looks good. So there will be some magic numbers in the final thing, but I try to avoid them whenever possible. So we will cut it less, or maybe we should make it decrease less. Let me see if I like the speed at which she entered, or if I didn't like the speed. I kind of like the speed at which she entered, so I think I'm gonna keep it. Well, let's just try 75. Let's just see what happens. Again, I wish I could I wish there was a way that I could show you every time I but I don't want to chronically screen share because then I have to show everything. But yeah, I mean, if you cut it by 75, it does look pretty good, but I feel like it's too yeah, it's too it needs more of that. It needs some real fall off at the end. It needs a dramatic fall off at the end, which maybe I could fix by simply wait a minute. No, yeah. Maybe just by increasing this value. That'll fix the problem, perhaps. What have I shown so far? Just the yeah. Ran is the problem. So far, I've just been I'm working on tying all the wires of the battle system together, because I have a bunch of shit in place, but it's all disconnected. So I'm trying to get a functional battle going, and right now it's just what the battle screen looks like at present time, which is, you know, not necessarily what it's going to look like exactly in the final thing, with placeholder art for the characters in question. Just the final thing right now, it's cooking. The final assets are cooking in the Wota Jack lab, but for the time being, it's my doodles, and they're not animated. And the final thing will be animated and not drawn by me. So it'll be a lot more visually interesting when it's actually done. But I'll show you again in a sec. I'll show off the effect I'm trying to do right now in 2 seconds. Okay, that was pretty good. What just happened? That was good. Just needs to be... Let's try that. Well, see, that's the thing though. If the magic number needs to be too specific, you get a problem. It can't be the acceleration. It can't be the rate at which the acceleration falls off that ensures that what's happening is correct. It has to be the... It has to be the... Okay. There's a very, very simple way to fix this, I just realized. Where I can put pretty much anything in here and it doesn't matter. The minimum... There has to be a unique minimum acceleration rate for the enemy entering. And that fixes everything. Oh, the camera's been froze. Yeah, my brother's doing honky. Alright, let's fix that. Alright, we're back. We are back, folks. Watching Howard instead of doing honky. You can watch Howard and do honky, perhaps. Oh, sorry, yeah, you were probably eager to see the actual thing if you're paying attention. I will, if you can hear me, I will alert you when I'm about to actually show. That's what I'm doing. Wow, nice. Based on here. If you can hear me, I will try to alert you when I'm actually about to show the actual graphical thing that's happening. So hopefully you can hear me, because I will alert you like 10, 15, 20 seconds ahead of time or something. I'm not sure exactly, but... Alright, so there needs to be a minimum, there just needs to be a minimum acceleration rate for the enemy. That'll fix the problem. Blah, 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 blah. Use for enemy. The lowest the acceleration can get. I mean, that's self. I don't really need that comment, but whatever. I keep opening Anki without selecting a deck. It plays the audio from a card immediately. I didn't realize it can do that. Is that glitch? Is that unintended behavior? Oh, that's right. I gotta actually set a number. Minimum acceleration rate equals what is the starting one again? Is that it's extremely small? We probably want, I don't know, like 5 times that or something. Like that. We'll try that. Trying to reach the game's level, impossible. That is so true. Let's see. Is that... I don't know. I feel like that's Higan something. That last one is Kenkon Iteki. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure that is. I'm the first to admit that my yeah, that is Kenkon Iteki. Is that Higan? Oh, Higan is the second one. That's right. Higan is the second one, sorry. The first one is... Yeah, I'm the first to admit I forget how to read rare scene words. It's just not my brain. Shigan. Alright, well we got 1 of 3. Maybe 1.5 of 3. Okay, open it and I hear he too stuck. He shook. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, if you're in Japan, imagine playing that. You know who the real ones are because they'd give you a signal. Yeah, baby. Alright, so we're going to switch this to the minimum acceleration rate, and that will fix... Oh my god, I don't remember how to fucking spell this. Alright, this will fix everything. It is too slow. The minimum acceleration rate is too slow. Should be like double that, I guess. I'll fine tune it. Okay, so I'm gonna actually show it now, and I will fine tune the deets in a sec. But I'll just show it now. Show what we're cooking. Yes. So this is normally you'd select your shit. And then the enemy would come in like that. But I gotta get all the values right so it looks good. But that is the idea. Watching Gam stream Vinny's is actually hilarious. Does he do that? Because I'm gonna subscribe to that right now if he does. Or is that just a once in a blue moon thing? If Gams regularly streams Vinny's, I'm gonna make that part of my daily routine to watch that. Not like directly watch it, but put it on at least in the background. Okay, I gotta figure out that. Once last month. Well, that's better than nothing. No, the YouTube handlers The feds killed your link, sadly. Yeah, the minimum acceleration is still too slow. Gotta speed it up. We'll go to 3. Scams. Let's take a look. Let's see if we can find them. Gams. We are using Godot, which has been a rising. Oh, I'm already subbed to games. Addressing the allegations. Holy shit, that is funny. Which is, yeah, Godot is like it's just, you might have heard of it because it's been getting more attention lately as it's like Unity, it's open source. It's like a Unity clone basically, but it's 100% free, utterly and entirely free on every level, but that sucks that he killed the VOD. Atsukai Sashi no Tabako. Let me see if I can find that. Yeah, the whatchamacallit? Yeah, Godot. Yeah, it's free, but you do get what you pay for. I discover a lot. I frequently encounter jank with it. I mean, Unity has its like Unity jank, but it's much more like professional jank than the Godot jank. So, yeah, it's gonna be worth it though, because I'm not using Unity. Unity is like a fucking. Unity is a disaster just to open it. So, okay, I'm gonna play these games clips. Yeah, that weird policy. Yeah, they lost a lot of street cred with that one. Alright, let's see this key now.
また客を取らせよう。そんなことを考えながら、ジャンを扱い差しのタバコを窓の外に投げ捨て。また客を考えながら、ジャンを扱い
Gams, man, what's going on? We're forgetting Kana. You want to know who actually unironically forgot how to read Kana? Not just like brain farted, but actually forgot how to read Kana. TKO Sam. He unironically lost like any and all Japanese ability. Like he legitimately has reverted to, like, I think he has brute force, like he has like some speaking shit brute forced, like some survival phrases brute forced into his fucking muscle memory. But he has actually, yeah, the Pokemon clip, yeah, and that's not a fluke. I've seen other clips where he does things like 50 to 60% as bad as that, so it's not a fluke. The man has actually forgotten Japanese. That is a real thing. So it's pretty fucked up. I'm pretty sure it's just because he is. He's like married to the gaijin circles. Yeah. Well, he's so old school, Aja, and I think he was like a he's more of like an SJAT, like an SJS, like a some Japanese sometimes type. I don't think he ever really AJATted. I will say, though, he was the reason I found out about cats. Yes, and I saw the video where they hung out. TKO Sam was literally the reason I finally was able to start learning Japanese, even after trying every single year, because I found his video where he showed me cats. It was called I think it's still up. How to Learn Japanese the Real Way. It's probably extremely hard to find now, but if you type in, it's still there. If you type in How to Learn Japanese the Real Way, TKO Sam, you will get it. And that was the video. That was the one I finally found. That took me to cats in like 2013-ish, late 2014. Got into Matt's old Brazilian boyfriend yoga pants. I didn't find out about yoga pants until Matt I knew about because he used to post. Matt I knew about since 2014 because he used to post on Katz's blog. He used to show his channel when it was really small, and but I didn't know about I didn't follow his actual journey, his actual rise. So I didn't know about yoga until DJT. Where did Jamal go? Good question. I got in 2017 when Matt video posted on the DJ3, probably by him. Yeah, because he had like 100 subs. Yeah, that's funny as hell. Garbage. Yeah, Garbage Day is fucking amazing. Absolute classic. That's such a good video. What the fuck was I doing again? Oh yeah, that's right. Oh, I see. So the issue is, the transition is always going to look a little unnatural if the particles don't slow down in the same way the character slows down. Because the particles ease into starting up, which looks good, but the particles do not ease into slowing down. They're just instant when they stop. So I gotta... Maybe it just looks better. It just tastes better. Maybe it just looks better for the characters just... Because it's more snappy, it's more dramatic. Yeah. The more I think about it, the more the minimal rate should just be really high. There's no reason for it to not be. It should be snappy. Who's that goatee guy? Legend. Goatee guy. See, I can't even read English. That goatee guy. Actually, don't know. Maybe someone who knows the DJT sphere better than me knows. DJT is so insanely over both the thread and the disc. I can't even find the thread. Oh, from Garbage Day. Yeah. Yeah, let me pull up Garbage Day again real quick. My favorite, the one me and my brother quote all the time is just, I just understand it. just understand. I don't have to look up any words.
Gomi.
I just understand it.
Just understand
My name is Calvin Input.
Calvin.
Comics are written like.
Ben is free. I'll just understand it. Yeah, I figured DJT's pretty overcone. Pretty overcome these days. Yeah, it does make sense that it would just kind of become like mostly like VTuber simp threads. That does make sense. Because it's kind of like right in the DJT always kind of like walked a line between willing to put some amount of effort in and not at all putting any effort in. So I feel like that kind of encapsulates like a sweet spot of DJT culture. Alright, this has to go. I cut the acceleration too much. Yeah. 8.5. Can tell that's too fast. Let's try 8. Yeah, I think we'll just go with this. I think there's no reason for it to, I think there's no reason for it to ease in, because I think that's just awkward. The more I think about it. The character easing out makes sense, but the other character easing in does not make sense.
Is that fucking is that code?
Yeah, that's a Coke post. Can you be otaku and Orthodox Catholic? You can be otaku in anything as long as you got the skills and the application. If you're drawing base shit and you're doing it like a beast, then yeah, why not? You can. I mean, what's funny is that like Orthodox Catholic doesn't really talk globalism. Yeah, exactly. Orthodox Catholic is kind of like it's not a super strict thing these days anyway, so. Now, if you were to say hard like Muslim extremists or something, then I'd wonder, because I don't know how extreme those guys. I don't know what they, I don't know what they allow and disallow.
No, it's fine.
But this was fun. Actually, we actually did see QW actually found this post, and they looked pretty unironic, of some dude being like, oh, apparently he was like drawing anime or something a lot, and he's like, I found out that drawing people is like I literally can't remember which one's haram and which one's halal. I can't remember which one's negative and positive. But anyway, the haram's bad. Haram is bad, yeah. He's like, oh, drawing people is haram in Islam. You only can draw you can only draw non-people. And he's like, some dude, he's like, no, brother, it is fine because anime characters do not look enough like real people for it to be whatever. It's like, oh, that's great news. So yeah, maybe there's maybe there's some hope there. But yeah, no, in all seriousness, I mean, it's just what's important is it's like the cringy Batman shit. It's not who you. I just found a ladybug. I like never find these. It's not what you. I'm trying to get it off my desk.
I do.
The fuck. Yeah. What is it? It's not. No, it's not what I.
It's not what I do.
No, it's not what I am.
No, my bad. It's not who I am underneath, but what I do.
Yes, it's not who I am underneath, but what I do. That's
Yeah.
That's actually unironically true for otaku. So it's all about your gyoseki. What are your? Do you have any idai na gyoseki, or do you not? That's what matters at the end of the day. That's what's gonna make the difference. All right, I don't want to finish. I don't want to fiddle too much with this. I don't want to fiddle too much with the screen transition stuff because I know nothing is going to be like super finalized anyway. It doesn't have to look perfect now. It can get better in the future. I just want the shit working. So this is fine. So I'm going to show you what we settled on. This is fine. Otaku don't agree on anything anyway. Like, the stronger the power level of the otaku, the less they're gonna agree with other otaku anyway. So, and the more they're gonna have idiosyncratic things that are potentially extremely degenerate. So, but if they're very powerful, then they'll have great work, great contributions, whatever. That's what really matters. All right. That's it. It switches from the Eastern Orthodox. So did you read the fate of fake otaku? I mean, I wouldn't say that fake otaku have to end up that bad. But yeah, I would say pretty much. I would say he's the embodiment of. You're gonna be some amount of that. Definitely some amount. He is a good what do you call it? What do you call it? Like a Hanmen Kyoshi? What do you call that? I know that's what you call in Japanese. What do you call it in it's the equivalent of a Hanmen Kyoshi. Cautionary tale.
Cautionary tale.
Yes. Did you bro homeless now? I would not be surprised. I mean, he was teetering on homeless for a while, so nice touch. Yeah, thank you. It's actually just a quick doodle. I'll actually pull up the full res one because that one's like I didn't like properly pixelize it. I literally just crunched it down in Clip Studio without a proper. I like went in and like changed like a few pixels just so it didn't look like absolute cancer. But I'll show the full res one because I think it's actually a pretty nice drawing to be honest. Like for quick drawing standards, for For non-polished stuff, I thought it was pretty nice. Let me find it. He started calling himself Beatrice, was hating on Umineko and his After Dark channel. I am nearly positive he has still not read Umineko to this day, even in English, let alone the way it's actually supposed to be read. So that is... The calling himself Beatrice thing is just the perfect thing. It's just kind of everything in a nutshell right there, because it's like you're calling yourself, you're blatantly a bearded man, but you're wearing a dress. Can you see this? Yeah, you should be able to see this. Yeah, so this is pretty rough, but I like how this came out. I think it's pretty cute and good. This was just a reference. This was for forgiving my brother so he could draw the character properly, because he couldn't understand my original sketch. It was too messy. He is homeless, trans, cooks meals wrapped in tinfoil or up in flame, which gives him food poisoning and causes him to projectile vomit barbecue sauce in his head. Yeah, it's, it's just, yeah, it's insane, yeah. It's like, let me be a man, wear a dress, be homeless, call myself the name of a character from a thing I don't even have interest in. It's just, it's just weird champ shit. Cool. Thank you, QW. I actually, of all because there's the 4 main characters that you're going to see the most in the game, and her design definitely ended up being one of my favorites. Cute character. Thank you. Yeah, she's basically it's like if you've ever played Iro Toridori no Sekai, there's Shinku. It's basically like a stand of the MC. That's what that character is in the story. And it was directly inspired by Uraseka in that regard, because I just love that. I love what that adds to the story. Got cucked by the kill stream. Yes. That's fucked up. Messed up stuff. Dark stuff. Very dark stuff. It's so funny too, because I was like predicting something like that was like on its way, but I was thinking like maybe now is when we'd start seeing the stuff start to kind of crack and fall apart. But no, it just was instant right then and there. Everything fell apart. All right, so my next task is to make sure that I can start doing damage to the enemy now. I gotta make sure that the enemy can like receive damage. Then I can finally launch an attack. The enemy can take the attack. And then we are very, very close to the battle system just being something resembling functional. So we are almost there, kind of. It's going to be several more hours, but I mean, we're not going to finish tonight, obviously, but yeah, we're getting there. Okay, so now we got to do a takes damage state. Like, enemy is taking damage, visual state for the game. So we will call this enemy damage. No, don't need that. I kind of want to. I was thinking of like doing a thing where like the where we at? I was thinking of doing a thing where like where like a percentage thing shows up next to the enemy and sort of rolls down like almost imagine like life points in Yu-Gi-Oh. I'm picturing like that kind of effect when enemies get attacked. So like the attack hits, the little damage thing happens, and then the percentage rolls down. The question is, well, there's a couple questions. The first question I had is, should there be fractions? Like, should it be 100 point? Or is that just too nasty and long looking? Or even 0.0 could maybe work. The second question is, should there be an effect where like the number like grows as it gets small, as the value gets smaller? Or should the number shrink as the value gets smaller? For some reason I was thinking like the number should grow as the value gets smaller, because it's like, it almost feels like the enemy's like, almost feels like it represents being like swollen, like when you get like really hurt, like you like swell. I don't know, do you have any thoughts on this?
What is it?
We'll look at the TV and you'll see.
Okay.
Okay, so basically you got the enemy, and I want to have this. Shit! I just realized I want to have this like percentage come up after they get hit and roll down like Yu-Gi-Oh.
I can smash or
Oh well, yeah, I guess it's kind of Smash-like as well,
yeah.
but it's like reverse Smash. Cause I like decimals. I think, yeah. Reverse spaced Tari Mecha Kawaii. Oh, Tadem. I was like, what the fuck is it? Thank you. Yeah, I really like wanted to make sure that I emphasize that quality. So
Smash for base.
Smash for base. Weapon. What am I trying to say?
Wants to know your location?
I'm Team Hacks, but yeah, either one of them. They're both based, I guess. So I was thinking, first of all, do you just think that's a good idea in the first place? The character gets hit and then decimal rolls down, like, like it's Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, I think that's really cool. Yeah.
Alright, cool.
I like that.
Should the number get redder and bigger as the number gets lower? Or should it not? What should it do?
Well, if it gets bigger, it
It might be weird.
It might be awkward.
Yeah, that sounds kind of weird.
The red getting red though is obviously that sounds good at least.
Yeah, should it
I mean, you could. There is a way to. Let me think of that.
should it slide? Should it do like a slow slide as it's going down, or what?
Yeah, that's a good dramatic effect. Yeah.
What direction should it slide in?
Usually it'd be down.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So it'd be like, yeah. I think that's pretty cool. Yeah.
Because the yeah, I don't know if Undertale did this, but I'm picturing some Undertale shit. With like
Some Undertale
swollen thing. The screen starts shaking.
Well, when you name input,
Yeah.
there's something very much in that vein.
Okay. Yeah.
But we don't really want to draw Undertalean connections if we don't have to.
Yeah, so I would say the sliding down and getting red that works.
Yes. All right, let's do that then. Progress the numbers of the rainbow. Yes, I was actually kind of thinking that, like, at least through the color wheel, type thing. At least maybe travel through half a color wheel or so. Are you composing for the game? Yes. I am. I already have some music. I could show it on stream, but if I'm gonna show music, I'd rather show it after the devlog is out. Just because the music is without a doubt gonna be the. I don't want to make it sound like it's gonna be bad. I'm gonna make sure the music is good, but it's gonna be the least. Let's just say it's going to be the least impressive part of the game, so I'd rather show it after the devlog is out. Is this a VN or a game? It's both. It's like rants or stuff like that, like those RPG VN hybrid type thing. It's like Heaven Burns Red. Honestly, it's probably most similar to Headbomb. That's pretty much what I have the most in mind, except it's different from Headbomb because it doesn't have, it doesn't have like the Persona-esque features. Is Toby Fox otaku? No, he's definitely not otaku. He's actually, in fact, I know people grow and change. I know people grow and change, and they shouldn't be held to things they said ages ago, but there's a lot of evidence that this can still be somewhat indicative of current Toby. Let me show you some rare Toby lore, some lesser known, some lesser seen juicy Toby lore. Yeah. I think the fantasy creatures that offended me more are the ones in Japanese dating games. Again, this is ages ago. He wouldn't say something like this now, but yeah, no, he's no otaku. Let's just put it that way. He's no otaku. Bit of gameplay to rot max, keep people engaged. Exactly. That's why we're doing it. I mean, if it was up to me, not that I don't really like gameplay and stuff. I was a huge rot maxer, gamer rot maxer growing up. Ton of games I still have tons and tons of attachment to. I'm only pulling from gameplay I enjoy myself to make this thing. But yeah, obviously, like, if I could sell people just a vanilla VN, and not vanilla as in arrow vanilla, but if I could just sell people a blank VN and everyone was just as happy with that, I'd probably just go with that. But you gotta make it more interesting. You gotta make it more palatable. And I think the gameplay is going to complement the story a lot, honestly, in this one. I wrote the story with the gameplay in mind. So, I mean, I didn't finish writing everything in the story, but the actual planning of the story was planned with gameplay in mind. So, Toby Fox is furry pilled and trans pilled. That is true. That is very true. Is Toby growing in reverse, like an ingrown toenail then? I would say some of him... Let's say he's a mix between stagnation... Yes, growing in reverse, definitely, because he has... Because a lot of skills and stuff, if you don't hone them, if you don't keep... if you don't keep honing skills before you're a true master and stuff, they will go in reverse, and he's definitely suffering from that in a few areas. And also just he's said a million times that he is having a hard time keeping up with what's expected out of him. He's not confident in the project. He doesn't feel like working on it. That's going to hurt. So yeah, it's a mix of stagnation going in reverse and like maybe a little bit of growth in certain areas, but it's not looking good. I mean, if it was looking good, Deltarune would have been done 3 years ago. It's not the type of project that should be taking this long to get less than halfway. It just doesn't add up. So yeah. Did I answer that I am in fact composing for the game? Yeah, it's gonna be me, but hopefully after the demo comes out, I can, raise money, get more interest and stuff, and hopefully get some actual, like, really sick composers. Like, I know Shinobu, he just goes by Shinobu, I think, the guy who actually did compose most of the favorite games, like studio favorite, like Iroseka and stuff. He does work for he is willing to work if you pay him money on at least a little bit on pretty much anything. So I could maybe get him to contribute, maybe even who knows, maybe 2, 3, 4, however much we could get him interested in. So if we just get some money, then yeah, I could try to get some real epic dudes to contribute. Complacency, yeah, definitely a lot of complacency. I mean, when you've been rich to that extent off of something you didn't even expect to get that rich off of, it's... I don't know. It definitely is going to do weird things to your head. Is it going to be like Class of 09? This game? No, hopefully it is nothing like that in any way. I didn't play that game, but I assume it was just a meme. We're also going to be writing... The first language this is going to be written in is Japanese. So this game is going to be directly written in Japanese. So... that's going to keep it more authentic based in otaku. I'm going to translate it myself from Japanese to English. I'll have Japanese people also, read it over, make sure it's not fucked up. It's not going to be the equivalent of like some ESL shit. I'm going to make sure it's proper fucking Japanese. Yeah. It's going to be, for all intents and purposes, a Japanese game. So where were we? Oh, yeah, we got to get the... What was I missing? The damage stuff. We got to do the damage stuff. Take damage. Enemy damage. Alright, so when they're in the damage state... Oh, that's a good point, though. I'm gonna have to think about a sound effect for when they take damage. I wonder if I should do like a Yu-Gi-Oh roll for that, like or not. Well, the is very mechanical. It emphasizes the mechanicalness of it. We don't want something like that. I'll think about it another time. For now, we're just gonna make the animation where it scrolls down. So that's the first thing I'll do. First, I'll get the color and the ability for it to roll down first. The rich text label. We need rich text label. Rich text label. What's this thing you're using for code? Oh, I don't use the Godot editor because I don't trust like in-engine editors. I'm just using Visual. I don't know why I'm mental blocking on the just Visual Studio. Yeah, Microsoft Visual Studio. Because I just I don't trust the in. Well, I don't think the in-engine editor even supports C#. I think it only supports their Godot script or Godot script. I don't want to use Godot script because apparently it's like slower. I don't know if it's slower anymore, but it was for a period. And it's confusing, and I don't feel like learning about it. And it does a bunch of conventions I don't like. As much as I hate C#, I'd rather use C# than some Godot script. I think it does if you... Oh, yeah, I figured, yeah. I figured they would support it at this point. Where we at? Rich text label. Yeah, where am I declaring all these rich text labels again? Oh, I see. I declare them here and then I pass them to here. Okay. That's why they keep surviving past the scope. Okay. But normally I would just declare it out of this scope. We'll just call this health percentage beyond display. In Hebon, they don't use decimals for the numbers, but deal with the integers going into the millions. Have smash X boss for yes. How much precision you need to represent your system. The biggest under the hood, under the actual hood in the actual logic, I was thinking of going into like mostly just working with 3-digit numbers, probably just similar to Pokemon because that's kind of that's what I know best as far as turn-based battles. As far as what's actually shown to the player. I didn't want to show them the actual numbers themselves. Oh, that's a good point, though. If it's just dealing with 3-digit numbers under the hood, then lots of decimal precision doesn't even make sense at a certain point because you're just gonna keep seeing the same decimals showing up over and over anyway, if it's mostly dealing with like 3-digit numbers. So in that case, yeah, probably just sticking to no. Well, at that point, it's more of a visual. It's more of an aesthetic preference. We'll start with no decimal. See if it feels like something's missing, then we'll we'll start implementing some decimal stuff. Health percentage. I feel like this should say like text, just because health percentage is gonna be, well, actually no, that's dumb. We'll just call it health percentage because it's purely aesthetic. Yeah. So health percentage. Let's get node rich text label. NHP. Copy node path. We're actually just going to call this enemy health. Now that I think about it, that makes more sense. This game entirely in 2D. Yes, but as soon as like the character assets are, the main character assets are cooked up, I'm gonna have my brother working on like some background stuff, and the target is we're gonna be going, because like I said, thinking again, think kind of PS1 era, kind of Sega Saturn-y. We're gonna make the areas, the actual field walking around stuff, look kind of like Mario RPG-esque. You know, the original Kiseki games also had that kind of look, except those backgrounds were real-time 3D, but the character models were that pre-rendered stuff. And yeah, we're just gonna manually paint in that look ourselves. So it's gonna have kind of that Mario RPG kind of look to it, like because Riviera, Yakusoku no Chi Riviera, that also had kind of a similar look. Maggot Bait's a good starter VN. My friend said it was the clan of action fields. I still haven't read Maggot Baits. I really should one of these days, just so like I can respond to every meme about it, so I can have an opinion on it at some point. I'd probably like it because I like Guro shit a lot, Guro VNs and stuff, or just horror stuff in general. I'll definitely play it in the near-ish future. I'll tell you what I think. Yeah. Devotopia, yeah. Devotopia is absolute hood classic. Gore Screaming Club, yeah. That is actually a really good one. It was actually a lot better than I thought. And if you wanted, like, I'm not sure whether I should say this because it might sound spoilery. It might be a little spoilery, but I won't say it. I'll just say that GSS has a really, really sick final route. The other routes are good too, even if they drag sometimes. But yeah, it's a good one. Devtory's low key underrated. I could see that. There's no reason. There's no reason to believe that people are understanding Debutopia's true power. Alright, so what we need to do is essentially create a state. Well, the first thing that should happen is that during the animation the enemy damage state. Because enemy damage is its own. Because the attack's playing out, it will switch from attack state to enemy damage state back and forth. It'll keep tossing back and forth between those two states until all the attacks are done. So the enemy damage is strictly for health rolling down. Shit. So. Some decent writing and jokes took me by surprise. Well, what's funny is what also, I guess, kind of took me by surprise too is apparently that artist. I saw some art from that artist, some actual like Wooly Dojin or something that was like actually insanely Kino. So I actually want to look into that artist for. I want to look into that artist at some point again. I must have been busy or something because I didn't actually like really dig into and look for all the art and stuff. But but yeah, it was super Kino. Black 6 art style. Oh yeah, you're probably talking about Metawo's art. Yeah, I really like his art. The stuff seems too degenerate. It's definitely like degenerate as fuck. You gotta be craving that kind of thing. Question is, should the HP just appear? Because a lot of the times it's actually shocking how much like fade-ins and stuff actually just look like shit in games. Like games actually function best when things are abrupt a lot of the time. Shockingly, you wouldn't realize it, but I think the HP is actually just supposed to abruptly appear. I don't think it's actually supposed to. I don't actually think it's supposed to fade in or anything. I think it's supposed to just abruptly appear. Because it's unintuitive and it might even look weird when you first do it, but when you actually play, things do look good just popping in. There's a reason why on the Famicom a lot of text boxes used to like grow out and shit. Like almost like slowly. They had this idea like that was like good, but it was actually just bad. And even a game where the text box does have like a little transition, like in like Pepper Mari or like FF7 or something, it's like super fast. It's like lightning quick. Will your game embrace the Japanese bio spirit by including a speech in superfluous English bone? Yeah, I was gonna straight up. I was gonna have some chants and stuff be like important too, and I did want one. I did want one in a very similar vein to Unlimited Blade Works, because what I love about UBW's the UBW chant is that if you look at the English and the Japanese, they I actually forgot what the gimmick was. I'm pulling it up right now just so I can see. Yeah, because he says I am the bone of my sword, seals my body, fires my blood, blah blah blah. Yeah, these hands will never hold anything. Yeah. The English is subjective here, and the Japanese is more objective, which is actually pretty sick. And I was thinking of copping that look at one point in the game, at like a kind of important-ish point. It's not gonna be like a. It's not gonna be like a. It's not gonna be like an on the nose, like cringily on the nose thing. A lot of people might not even. Hopefully, people only think after the fact. Oh yeah, now that I think about that, that was UBW-esque, but. Different spells being written in different language actually sounds pretty key now. Yeah, no, I always thought that was a really cool gimmick because it's like, obviously it gives a sense of like history. It makes the shit more. I mean, the whole point. I mean, I guess it's kind of spoilery for people who haven't. Vaguely spoilery for people who still don't know what UBW is. But like, obviously, the whole point of UBW is that it's deliberately chuny, but. Either way, it's that the multiple language thing is like a feeling of like a history layer to everything that's really nice. Spell chance, yeah, because like good chants always feel like they like came from something, like they had like a meaning to like where they came from. Like there's some idea, there's some either history or strong kind of aesthetic being conveyed. UBW is just such a great one because it hits like all the right check marks. We need the label to defaultly not show. The label should not show by default. Enemy health dot hidden equals true. Why is it not like this? Oh, because it's canvas item. So what it... How do you hide a canvas item? How do you hide a canvas item? Playing through UBW now. Is there... Yeah. You're in for a... You're in for a real treat after UBW is over. With the Heaven's Feel stuff, because like that's when everything starts like cashing in. You start realizing the purpose of everything in the story up to that point. It's super sick. I've actually left the last like 5 hours or something, like the last like 10% of Fate unread for a very, very long time now, so I actually have to do that. A lot of people make fun of me for that, but it's not because I didn't want to read it. I just literally just got too caught up with other shit. But I was going through like GTOs of like Japanese people reading it to get back up on it, so I can go through it soon. How to hide canvas item. Go to Godot. Favorite race of monsters as enemies: beasts, undead, human, orcs, wacky, Mario-esque. I've always been it's hard to say. I mean, Mario enemies, like all of them, are always like just my favorite. The Mario enemies have I'm just like a real Mario chud, so all the Mario enemies are just so good. Like up till, you know, any Mario enemy either in the good Peppa Maris or up until like before Sunshine, basically. I mean, there were still some decent ones after that, but yeah, no, I love those ones so much because I just have like a no 2D. It's, you know, I'm not gonna hide or show it. I'm just gonna fucking push it off the fucking screen. We're just gonna do that. We're just gonna. I don't care. We're just gonna push it off the screen. Oh wait. It doesn't use a normal position shit. The canvas, doesn't it use like some weird? It uses like some weird fucking variable. I think. I feel like it uses some bullshit. Like you can't just change its position, or can you? Let me see. moving. Transform. No, it seems like you just use the position. But yeah, otherwise I don't know. Otherwise I do always find the like goblin shit when it's done well just insanely engaging. It's like obviously Goblin Slayer was just insanely, the goblins in that were just insanely charismatic. You play Wonder? No, I didn't end up playing it, but I put on Miko's stream of it, but it wasn't nearly as good as her like Super Mario World stream because the game is just too. It's like the obstacles are just like too convoluted, so it wasn't getting like phenomenal reactions out of her or anything. But
speaking of like Pavlovian responses, I feel like goblins like get me aroused.
Yeah, goblins are very.
It's a symbol of rape.
Yeah, they're a symbol of rape, exactly. Oh wait, no, you can't do that. So vector 2. Yeah, just take it off the friggin' screen. Take it off the screen. Oh, these are integers, so you can just multiply by integers. Because it's pixels. Favorite architectural movement. It's hard to say. I mean, maybe. I think some of it is tacky, but these nuts. Some of it is tacky, but I do like the. I think it's called the Art Nouveau or shit, where they put pseudo classical. They blend like pseudo classical shit into modern stuff. I do like that a lot. I do think a lot of that is Kino if it's like well done. I also do just like ironically like soulless oppressive modern stuff because it feels like a battlefield. It feels like a challenge. Anything to remind you that you live in a dystopia is ironically inspiring because it makes you want to work harder. Okay, so that shit's off the screen. Okay, yeah. Alright, so we need to know the enemy in question. So we'll make we definitely need a variable. There's gonna be so many fucking variables that there's nothing you can do about it. Just, you gotta throw them in. As in like, not global, but global-ish variables for the scope of this script, because it's just got to keep track of a lot of shit. It's got to know the current enemy in focus, which, because when there's multiple enemies, it's gonna need to know this. It can't just take the same enemy every time. Which honestly, we can figure that out later. It doesn't really matter right now. Gothic, yeah, Gothic is base. Big time. You can't go wrong with that. In general, I will say, like, no matter what aesthetic it's done in, like in VNs, the trope that always just makes me most happy in VNs is just like Western style mansion. I absolutely love that shit. I love Wafu mansions as well, but Western mansion just really gets my thing going. Thank you for giving me newfound appreciation for brutalism, Rabbi. I feel stronger. That's good, man. That's good. That's what it's all about. It's about having the strength to stand up to shit. Alright, yeah, so we're just gonna treat it like we're just not gonna worry about it. We're just gonna look at the single enemy, the same one every time. So the position of the... Yeah, so we gotta first check if the fucking text is off the screen. The enemy health is off the screen. If enemy health dot position dot x is greater than screen width, then we just from that we know it's off the screen. So put it in the screen. Enemy health is off screen. Enemy health is effectively hidden off screen. Because I don't know how to hide that shit. I'm not gonna find out. Yeah, medieval is peak. It's true. Absolutely. Anything medieval is just always Kino. I'm gonna look up how to read that. Neru dono. So it's obviously not how you read that. Shinden Zukuri, yes. Yes, this shit is Kino. Yes, absolutely. I love I love the beginning of the summer route in there when he has to, he has to stay on watch for, for Kana, and they're in one of those. It's Kino. My Art Deco enjoys that. Art Deco. Oh yeah. No, I do like that shit. Yeah, I do like it. It's got like it's definitely got like a little bit of a it's got like almost like a creepy like classic sci-fi edge. It is good. It's very good for like, it almost reminds me of like Nitro Plus, like classic Nitro Plus shit. Like it makes me think of like Demon Bane and stuff. Alright, where are we at? Put the position to All right, so it's just got to be a little bit off of. It's got to be to a little bit just to the left of the enemy. So the position just equals the enemy 0. Normally it would be whatever enemy is currently in target, but we're just gonna assume there's one enemy for now. Equals. Oh wait, no. Gotta do all this new fucking vector shit. Oh, we gotta translate the. No, that doesn't matter. That's easy. Minus. I don't know. Minus 30. We'll just try that for now. See what happens. And then enemy dot what the fuck dot position. Traditional period between Gothic and yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense. Yeah. I think because Godot uses a system where increase in Y is downward, I'm pretty sure, which is the one I'm usually used to. So we add a little bit of we add a little bit of Y. I guess we'll just add 30 as well. Alright, let's see what this does. We are going to force the graphic handler state into a enemy graphics state enemy damage. Yeah, we're just gonna force into that for now. See what happens. See what happens. Oh. Wait a minute. Oh, yeah, that's right, because I don't actually have the... Okay, what we're gonna do is, we're not gonna do that, because that's... The enemy's not even gonna be on the screen. We're gonna have the enemy dragged onto the screen, and where it would normally go to this mode, we're just gonna comment that out for now, and we're gonna go to this mode instead. I'm just gonna pretend an attack happened. Let's see what the fuck happens. Whoa, what the fuck? That's like not... It's not even. I literally don't even know why that happened. The enemy spread just flew off. It just flew off the screen. Oh, because I put enemy 1 position equals. Yeah, no, that's retarded.
His Earthquake was like it's like Batman Forever.
Yeah. Enemy health. Yeah, there we go. That's good. It's actually. I almost again. I wish I could just easily show you what just happened, because it's actually pretty comical. It reminds me of when you kill an enemy in Mario. Where is the text? Why am I not showing the text? Why are we not showing the text? I do not understand. Oh, because I got it hidden. Just because I literally had it hidden. Okay, let's see what happens. Oh, okay. It's showing now. It's just in a absolutely fucked up spot. First of all, I gotta verify that yes, indeed. Yeah. Increase in Y is downward. Yeah. So decrease in Y is upward. I don't know why I just mixed that up. I want to go upward, so I don't know why I put the increase. Also, it has to be a lot more than this. I think I can just go by the width. I can go by the width of the width of the sprite. So it's gonna be the position X minus the width of the enemy. Scale, I guess? No, it's not scale. What would tell you the width? What would tell you the width of the enemy of a sprite? It's a good point. How the fuck do you get width again in this on this how do you get sprite width? Is it transform.width? Scale? I actually completely forgot. I gotta look it up. Shannon is playing in the. We got Patra playing FF1, some pixel remaster edition, some like 10,000th edition pixel remaster. Oh yeah, that's right. I was looking for what I've actually been audio-wise listening to. I'll actually let you hear it real quick. Where is it? Yeah, here we go. I've had this looping for days. It's like 4 hours voices. This has been like my thing. I just have I've had after I like play a Vinny or something, I'll loop a character's lines over and over and over to like burn that character's way of speaking into my head. It's extremely good for writing, and it's really non-intrusive too. Like I find even when there's, even if I throw like a stream or anime on in the background, I can almost simultaneous pay attention to both. So it's actually pretty crazy. Like, I mean, as I feel like it, I'm usually just paying attention to what I'm paying attention to, but like, if I feel like tuning in to something or having it somewhere in mind, it's affecting things. You suddenly find you're like so muscle memory attuned to the lines. It's great. It really helps when you go to write stuff. Godot get width of sprite. Get sprite dimensions. As far as I know, camera size. Sprite it's a texture thing. It's a texture thing. Okay. Texture dot width. Get width. And normally you're supposed to multiply it by its scale. She sounds extremely familiar. She's pretty well known. She's actually an insanely good composer, music producer. And she actually has one song. She actually did do a song with Oh yeah, my bad. I knew I was like about to give I just started talking about Patra. You're talking about the character that I just ear raped you with. Yeah, it's a Yumi from whatchamacallit? Lyrical Rainbow Stage. It might actually be. I'm gonna check real quick because I'm curious. Oh shit. You see. No, I guess it's just a similar sound. We talking UC? I actually still haven't played it. Definitely will at some point. It's not like high on the priorities, but definitely at some point. All right. So. Oh yeah. Thoughts on Earthbound? Yeah. I actually absolutely love Mother 1. To be honest, I'm not gonna lie. I absolutely love the. Why is this? Yeah, get with. Is that supposed to be a? Yeah, no, that's a function. Okay. I absolutely love the first Mother, and the second one. I like as well, but not nearly as much. I think it's a good game, but I also think that Itoi is very soy, and I think he's cringe. And I think he's also, he's very globalist. He's very whatever. It's definitely not a good guy. Definitely not the type of guy you'd want to clank beers with. Oh man, I'm like starting to hallucinate. Yeah, subtract the friggin' width. Just subtract the friggin' width. That's all there is to it. Oh yeah. Times two. Because everything is multiplied by 2. Yeah. The first one is unironically just a big reason I want to even make. I'm like willing and wanting to make a like game as opposed to like a pure. Insisting on a pure again. I absolutely love Mother 1. A lot of the people who really like soy over Earthbound / Mother 2 actually don't like Mother 1 much, so maybe it's the based in otaku pick. It's the based in chud pilled based in red pilled, Chad maxed pick. Alright. My brain's starting to like not keep up with what I'm even thinking about. Yeah, let's go to sleep because I'm starting to be stupid. Okay, alright, it worked. The thing that was supposed to happen happened. The thing that was supposed to happen happened. Probably a lot slower than it should have. Part of theirs is slow too, because I'm like not used to like switching between fucking windows and stuff. But I got the hang of it now. Next time I stream some coding shit, it'll go much faster, much more smoothly. I will just, might as well show you what this looks like. I also want you to hear the sound effects, so I'm gonna capture the audio. Might as well. Hopefully it's not ear rape. I'm gonna turn it down a little bit just in case it becomes ear rape. Where the fuck is this? Oh, here we go. Yeah, we're just gonna turn it down a little bit. Should be fine. Yeah. Any ETA for your game or much too early for that? Well, I can give an ETA for the demo. Like a very rough one. I can give a very rough ETA for that, which is like anytime between I would say anytime between like yeah, alright, so that works. Anytime between like April and a little bit after April, I don't know, a few months after April, hopefully no more than that. Once the demo's done, that's so much groundwork is going to be covered, so many things. Like honestly, like I know this is like kind of a cliche, but in terms of underestimation, but the point is that it really is true. The most of the work is in the demo. Most of the real like overhead and stuff and like all that shit is done once the demo's done. So everything after that should happen like relatively quickly. It's still gonna be at least a year after the demo before we actually see the full thing. So it would be 2025, like summer, basically earliest that the whole thing would be done. I don't think that's ridiculous. I think that's feasible. For like an earliest, for like the most optimistic thing. The most pessimistic would be like a whole year after that, I think. For sure. I don't see it going past that. I scoped this pretty well. I've like nearly finished games in the past. I just kind of held on to them because of, whatever. Emotions and stuff, whatever. But yeah, no, like I'm like mad business like with this one. Like I'm really sure this is gonna get cranked out. So I spent a ton of time on pre-production stuff, like planning stuff, making sure everything's gonna go smoothly and shit. So everything from here is just kind of just feels like I don't know, just squeezing dough out of a bag or something. Can't wait, base. Yeah, no, I'm psyched. I'm really eager to get the demo in people's hands because I know people are gonna think it's, I know people are gonna enjoy it. So yeah, all right. So tomorrow, finally, we'll get like a nice smooth long stream for the whole day. One nice smooth motion, I should have more energy than I have right now too, and I'm not putting up a video. Well, I'm gonna make a Patreon video, but I don't have to make a normal YouTube video, so that'll save a lot of time. I can just get right into it, finish my drawing from today, paint it, cook the game. Thank you for coming, and I will see whoever shows up tomorrow. Stay based.